Howdy, howdy, and meowdy! Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time zone it may be. I am having a pretty fantastic one myself. As usual, today we are playing more Final Fantasy XIV, and we are again joined by friend of the channel, Igni. Oh, hold on, no, I have you unmuted.
Hi. I'm Igni. I'm on my stream. I guess I should start my own stream.
Let's see if I could get this the holographic keyboard working without making my body freak out. Which is honestly extremely annoying. Let's try default pose. I got the trackpad working, but the keyboard wants to not work.
Oh, my stream was on.
Hooray.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, Warudo, why are you doing this? The keyboard worked just fine the other day. Oh, I had to type in that fixed things. Go back to the pose I had there. I forgot that you just type that fixes things. Good. Yes. Let us get right into the Final Fantasying.
My favorite kind of fantasy. I had a feeling you'd be right here. This is where a lot of the early Stormblood quests start.
It's always right here. Like you do everything with these people for the start.
Yeah.
Okay, that's positioned. Close the editor for now and onward to game.
To game. Oh yeah, I can ride mounts here.
Owing to the efforts of you all, we have accomplished a great deal in a short time. The Resistance thanks you for your service, Scions. I see operations here have been proceeding apace in my absence. Welcome back, brother dearest. I take it your efforts to gather new recruits were successful? Indeed, there were several amongst the Scions' ranks that were quite eager to take part in our joint endeavor with the Resistance, whom I am come to present. Arenval, my man. Commander Kemp, if I may. My name is Arenval Lentinus, a half-breed, as you can doubtless tell. I'm here to fight for a free Alamigo, for an Alamigo where women like my mother are never made to suffer.
Free Alamigo!
I pray you grant me this honor. You are a true-born son of Girabania, same as me. This is not my honor to grant, but yours to freely take. Welcome, brother. With our swelling ranks and the aid of the Eorzean Alliance and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, I believe we will soon be in a position to seize the initiative. Once our new recruits have received sufficient training, I will propose to General Alden that we draw up plans for an assault on Castellum Villadina. Then, in the meantime, we will make what preparations we can. Ooh. It's the husbando. No, I don't like his mask. I like him better without the mask.
Oh, Xenos?
It's Xenos.
Xenos fan spotted. I like Xenos.
Xenos is amazing. I am also a Yatsuyu enjoyer.
Yes. Yotsuyu and Yugiri.
I love me a woman who can step on me and spit in my face.
Oh, well, I wasn't gonna say it, but you know what? Yeah.
Someone had to.
Alliance forces have occupied Castrum Orients and taken up positions along the length of the wall.
Oh, he's unmasked right now. Let's go.
Parties on site, but there have been no significant exchanges, save one. A unit tasked with field testing prototype Magitech weapons was attacked. The weapons were destroyed, with the unit sustaining near total casualties.
Near total? Go on.
My lord, there was but a single survivor from the unit in question, which falls under my command. According to his report, they were ambushed by a contingent of Eorzean Alliance regulars, abetted by resistance insurgents.
A simple ambush and only one survivor. A fine day's work. The stubbornness to survive is not without worth. He may live. However, the 12th is no place for the weak.
He shall be relegated at once, my lord. As you say, the 12th is no place for cowards who count their lives more precious than the cause.
Indeed, indeed. We have no need of cowards.
My lord,
Cowards who defer critical missions to their subordinates, who hide within their castra, never meeting their prey in battle, never staring into the whites of their eyes. Why, when confronted with a heretofore unknown icon, did we surrender the wall to the Alliance? because my honored father, in his infinite wisdom, has not seen fit to grant us leave to march on their lands. Accordingly, we have extended an invitation to our neighbors. Gir Abania is where we shall host them. The field upon which we shall enjoy the sport of kings. Patience is paramount. Cornered animals may have spirit, but they are ultimately predictable and very poor sport. But if one dangles the promise of freedom before them while nipping at their heels to stoke their passion, then things become interesting. It is a delicate dance, one which asks much of my hounds. And so I put the question to you, my fellow huntsman. How shall we deal with these savages?
My lord, I have a proposal.
Silence, Alamegan! You do forget yourself! Only by the grace of Lord Van Baelsar were you afforded a place here, and that in name alone. We have no need of your proposals, savage.
This savage yearns to hunt her own. The floor is yours, Commander.
Thank you, my lord.
Mayhap we could assist you with said duties? We are here to help after all. The three of you have been busy, so I will understand if you require time to rest. If not, however, it would seem sensible to assist our allies with their preparations. We'd be grateful for any and all help you can offer. If you ask around, I guarantee you won't want for work. I beg your pardon? The woman who bested Gaius Van Baelsar wishes to offer me her assistance? I say, this is highly irregular, though I have heard it said you have a penchant for aiding the common man, in which case... For the occupation, I was a humble historian. While my duties leave me scarce time for aught else, I think it important that these momentous events be recorded for the benefit of future generations. Primary sources are indispensable, and I had a mind to question a number of my fellow freedom fighters, ask them their motivations for taking up this cause, and so forth. You may take down their statements in this log, and, Pennifer, thank you for your service, now and ever after.
Yippee! I like your hippo minion.
I forgot when I got it, but I like to refer to it as Mudang, the best hippo.
Moodang!
Also, I noticed I had a bunch of Moogle tomes from the last event, so I got the... God, I can't remember her name now. Tsukiyomi. I got the Tsukiyomi dog.
Oh, nice.
Because apparently you can get mounts from higher level if you just have a means of getting it.
Yeah, with the Moogle tomes, they give you a lot of mounts with those things.
Why'd I join the Resistance? Well, if you must know, it was to avenge a friend the Imperials butchered before my very eyes back in Alamigo. We owned a stall in the markets, and a passing soldier snatched up a piece of fruit. He spoke out before I could stop him, only to get a foam of steel in the gut for his troubles. I found my way here, and that was that. Oh yeah, right, this section does go a little faster because there's 3 MSQ I can pick up at the same time.
Yeah.
I was just the cook before all this. Simple fare, really. Had a chance to lend a hand and help feed some refugees one day. Took a liking to the fighters, they believed, you know? And there's always a need for cooks, or at least people who can work with whatever the foraging parties turn up. You want to help, do you? Seeing as how I'm in no position to leave the stew pot unattended, could you go and ask Tebe for a variety of herbs? 6 sprigs or so of whatever he's got on hand should suffice. It's not as haphazard as it may seem. Depending on the recipe, it doesn't really matter what sort you add, so long as you add something. I'll be here when you get back.
Yippee!
Herbs, is it? 6 sprigs of whatever's on hand? Afraid I can't spare that much. Take 2 and be glad of it. The remainder you'll have to gather yourself. Shouldn't be too much of a bother though. You'd be surprised what you can find growing underfoot, even in the Reach.
Thanks, Tabby. Mission time!
Oh god, I forgot how good Tsukuyomi's music is.
Oh yeah, it's really good. A lot of the Stormblood bosses, like primals, have really good music.
Yeah, I remember doing her fights synced on Extreme and... God, just seeing people die to the moons. It's like seeing people try and fail to figure out the timing on the eclipses to not perish.
Oh yeah, the moon. Yeah. Stormblood had really fun fights.
Like, I loved Suzaku's DDR mechanic. That was a really fun mechanic.
I really like that bit with Seiryu, where he puts his tail down and you have to run up. It's so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then the music starts playing.
You look like a strider in search of comrades in need. If so, I have a task for you. I am a trainer, and I was told to expect new recruits this day. Its Neru A1 has come. Perhaps they were given the wrong time or location, I do not know. They number 5 in all, these would-be warriors. Send them unto me, should you chance to find them. Yeah, I forgot that the Ananta have a hissing problem.
Yeah.
Why? Why indeed? To save lives, perhaps? Or to make amends for the ones I couldn't? My father and my brothers were worked to death while building a castrum. What did it matter to the Garleans, eh? More where that lot came from. After that, I couldn't keep on doing nothing. I know, I'm late. But I had to say a prayer for my sister first. After what the Imperials did to her, death was a mercy. Also, I should talk to the NPC to unlock the sightseeing log, because if we're gonna do the Kugane jump puzzle, I want to at least be able to get the thing on top.
Oh yeah, probably a good idea.
Aren't you the Icon Slayer? Danged if I know why you'd bother asking someone like me why I joined the Resistance, but it's simple. If I wasn't fighting for Alamigo, I'd be fighting for the Empire. You're either with them or not, and if you're with them, you may as well make the most of it. Food, training, citizenship if you live long enough. You'll die stealing someone else's land, like as not, that's the choice. But me, I'd rather die here.
Forward and back and forward, back.
That there is a sightseeing log, unless I'm mistaken. Do you perchance know a woman named Milith? What are the odds? Milith is my niece, lest you wonder, and she has told me much and more about you in her letters. But where are my manners? Olger Ironheart, at your service. I'm an explorer like most of the clan, and my niece bade me share with you such knowledge I have accumulated. Here, lend me your log. Let's see now. Definitely there, and there, and there, and there. Yes, that ought to suffice. My explorations have taken me far and wide, but dearest to my heart are the regions of Alamigo, beauteous in their ruggedness, and the lands of the Far East, glorious in their diversity. There are many wondrous sights to be seen in these places, and I have written down the directions to them. Some will prove more difficult to reach than others, but if you're even half as resourceful as Milith says you are, I'm confident that you will find them all. And with that, I shall leave you to resume your adventures. Go forth, my friend, and take in such breathtaking vistas as even my father, the great Rodard Ironheart, could not see in his lifetime. Training? God, I was so busy practicing to impress the others that I completely forgot. Thank you. Honestly, Mood, I get distracted doing things and forget that I have something else I need to do.
Same.
Ah, 1,000 pardons. So preoccupied was I by the question of whether Alamigo should be a monarchy or a republic that I neglected to attend my training. How silly, I know. Until we drive the Imperials from our lands, the question is moot. Well met, Pennifer. Have you spoken with the freedom fighters as I asked? As fascinating as they are varied, you have a knack for convincing others to bare their hearts to you. I could not have done better myself. Many years from now, when these tempestuous times pass into memory, their accounts will serve as a window into the struggle. You must never forget, my friend. Never. Yes, the guy I need to talk to is here. Oh, bugger. You were sent by the snake, weren't you? I heard 1 in 4 recruits doesn't live through their training. That can't be true, right? Oh, bugger, oh, bugger. Ah, there you are. Got those herbs I asked for. Thanks, that'll do nicely. And, sorry to impose upon you, miss. Thought you were another new recruit. Didn't realize until after that you were, But to answer the question that's probably on your mind, yes, it's always like this. Never enough food or supplies to go around. All the more reason to be grateful when our countrymen can spare some for the cause. Though that comes at a cost too. Too many villages, too many children more deserving than us. But a man can't fight on an empty stomach, can he? So we partake, as we must, and we never lose sight of the dream. The teacher calls for me, I see. We were discussing strategies for disabling Magitech armor, you see, and... Ah yes, of course, there is no time, if you would excuse me. All recruits are present and accounted for. My thanks to you, Strider. Not all appreciate the rigor with which I train my recruits. Some favor a gentler approach, as if the Imperials will be so kind. Tis a
Very accurate voice.
'Tis a thankless job to teach, some say. But I say their survival is thanks enough. Fare you well. Having a speech impediment or two makes it easier to replicate things like that. Dang it all, where could it have gone to? Oh, pardon me, fellow lover of freedom and justice. You haven't seen a ward of the Destroyer anywhere, have you? Maybe on the ground, as if a certain bloody fool had dropped it? I'd been him. I had it this morning, that much I know for certain, and I've not left the reach since, so it's got to be around here somewhere. If you've got a moment to spare, would you be willing to help me search? I spent some time near the Temple of the Fist earlier, so it might be there. As for me, I'll look around near the Officer's Pavilion. They're hardly rare, I know, and I could just as easily buy another, but even so, please help me find it. I said it was what, like 13 quests until we're in Kugane and we're already like through 5?
It's not bad. These are going really fast.
And I'm also already level 64. But I am glad that you don't have to, like for the Stormblood job quests, you don't have to do any of them aside from the 71 to get job ability. They just come to you.
Yep.
This is nice, but I still have to do them so I can get my lovely Blackest Night at 70.
They handle job quest a lot better after Stormblood.
Yeah, it's like after Stormblood, instead of a job quest, it's just a role quest you could do as any job of the role. And you don't even need to do the level 80 role quest to get an ability, you just do it to get a title and progress in the MSQ.
Yeah.
This is nice, not having to do job quests to get your abilities anymore. I swear I've searched high and low, but it just won't turn up. You mean this ward? 7 hells. That's the one. That's my lucky ward. You're a godsend, sister. Before I was born, my mother made a pilgrimage to the Temple of the Fist, where she, like many others, received the blessings of the monks. And then Theodora came and burned it all to the ground, mad beastard. And after him came the Garlands, who cared even less for our beliefs. But I still keep to the old ways, as do many others, and when my son is born, I'll teach him the stories and the scripture as my mother taught me. And with that, another task is complete. Ah, Pennifer, I hear you've been keeping busy. Aye, that she has, and we thank her for it. It pleases me to inform you that our new recruits have completed their initial training and stand ready to contribute. As discussed, Manago, I would have you present my proposal for an assault on Castum Veladina to General Alden personally. Of course, sir. Are you and yours planning to return to Castum Oriens before the operation? If so, why don't we travel together? That seems a fine suggestion, but I must consult my comrades ere we depart. Very well, I will wait for you at the pass, but not too long. I expect Kryle and Y'shtola will wish to remain here to support the Kyurgens, but nevertheless, we should go and ask them. While I'm running, I'm going to see what this season's or series' PvP rewards are. See if it's worth grinding.
There's the loose fit attire that I think looks really cool.
I will definitely need to check that out. Is Optimus. I see. That would explain the sudden flurry of activity outside. This joint operation marks a turning point in our conflict with the Guardians. For the first time, the Resistance and the Alliance shall go on the offensive and attempt to capture an Imperial outpost in occupied territory. Personally, I believe it is imperative that we offer them our full support. As was the case with Ishgard, however, this is not a choice to be made lightly, nor less on others' behalves. This is war, and every sign must decide what part he or she would play. I'll fight. For Alamigo, for my father, for Ida. I'm in it to the end. Choice was made for us ere we were born, brother, when the Empire marched on Eorzea. They will stop at nothing to subjugate or slaughter us all. Van Baelsar and Van Darners were the first to try. Though your fervor is surprising, I cannot dispute your logic. At the risk of repeating myself, I am of course of the same mind. The present situation is untenable and further complicated by the existence of Ilbert's Primal. I believe we have no recourse but to directly and openly intervene. I thought this a foregone conclusion given our actions thus far, but if you require renewed affirmation, then yes, I am still wholly committed to this cause, for it is ultimately the selfsame cause I have served since I first pledged to serve Master Leviswa in the Circle of Knowing, the salvation of Eorzea by any means necessary. That said, I shall refrain from taking the field on this occasion. There are many here who require further treatment, and doubtless more to come after. I came here from Infilia, and that hasn't changed. However, I'd like to stay with Y'shtola for now and tend to the wounded. As for you, Panafer, you are, to quote our dear friend Lord Edmond, the woman who slew Gaius Van Baelsar and some half-dozen primals besides. Your presence may well prove the difference between victory and defeat. Many look to you as a hero and heap great expectations upon your shoulders, but you, like every Scion, must decide for yourself. Well said indeed. Take care, Y'shtola, Kryle, and do not hesitate to contact us should you require assistance. Lise, I would ask that you remain here by Conrad's side. We should go, or Monaga will leave without us. Might I persuade you to join us, Panafer? Should you wish to give your decision further consideration, Casham Oriens would seem an apt place to do it. You need not answer right away. I am sure I can convince Monago to wait a little longer. So you will be accompanying us. Well, glad am I to hear it. All set? Excellent, then let us be off. Oh, I don't even have to travel there, I could just teleport.
They gotta go on foot.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to attune to this Aetherite when I first got to Stormblood, so I yesterday had to run back here to attune to it so I'd have it.
Oh. It's easy to forget when you've played the game for so long, actually.
Like, I was just mindlessly doing image here, like, I forgot, like, oh, there's an Aetherite here I need to attune to. Welcome back, comrades. What news? Greetings, General. I am come at Commander Kemp's behest to brief you on the latest developments at the Reach. Our recruitment efforts have exceeded expectations. In addition to welcoming many motivated young Alamegans, our ranks have been bolstered by the arrival of a number of experienced veterans, thanks in large part to the efforts of the Scions. As a consequence, we are now able to field half a dozen new units, with more being trained as we speak. Good. I gather Conrad is eager to strike while the iron's hot. Just so, General. He proposes that we begin preparations for a joint operation to capture Castellum Veladina. Capture Veladina? That will not be easy. It will, however, be necessary if we are ever to push east towards the capital. There is no profit in delay. It is only a matter of time before the Garleans learn of our plans and summon reinforcements. The Alliance hereby accepts Commander Kemp's proposal. Tell him to take no chances, bring every able-bodied Alamegan who can wield a weapon. Pippin, I want Veladina watched. Assess its defenses. Every fortress has a weakness, and I would know this one's. If there is no objection, General, might the Scions join Marshal Tarpin? By all means. That is all. Let us be about it. Conrad and the General are of one mind, it seems. I only wish I could say the same. While this aggressive strategy may well profit us in the end, what losses will we suffer in the meantime? Anyway, we should speak with the Vice Marshal about his reconnaissance mission and see how he would like to proceed. Thank you for
There are a bunch of grizzly bears outside.
Thank you for volunteering to join me. This should be a fairly straightforward reconnaissance mission, so long as we do not have the ill fortune to run afoul of an Imperial patrol. Come, our destination is beyond the East End, just north of Veladina. Oh, we're on level 61 MSQ now, which means almost dungeon time.
Heck yeah.
Oh, might as well do a fate while I'm here.
Save the recruits.
I haven't done a fate in ages.
I like how the NPCs actually handled like half this fate on their own before we even got here.
Yeah, the NPCs in the game are just like actually good at fighting and whatnot.
We did it! Oh god, Groot! I am Groot.
We are Groot. I like when I have a long enough trip that I can actually enjoy the mountain music.
Yeah.
Sometimes you only have to run like 5-10 seconds and like you can't really enjoy the music that's playing.
Yeah, that stinks.
Ooh, solo instance.
Good luck. I believe in you.
This ought to be close enough. Now we settle in for a long watch. That said, it would be prudent to keep your weapons at the ready in the event a passing patrol stumbles upon us, or worse. Upon reconnoitering, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Reconnoitering Castrum Valadina, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these cutscenes in entirety. Oh boy, the first lengthy cutscenes of Stormblood.
Several cutscenes do be playing in sequence.
Excellent. The disposition of the Imperial forces is exactly as expected. I will notify Father. Cannon fire! Where did it come from?
Smoke! There! Is that... Oh gods, it's Ralga's reach.
It's no use. I think someone's jamming our communications.
You don't think... Could this be part of a coordinated attack?
Too early to draw conclusions. We must abort the assault and return to the Reach at once.
Forward! Forward! Give them no quarter!
You!
Meffred, don't!
Traitor! Kinslayer!
Howdy, howdy, Hazel. Welcome in.
Oh, hi. Hi, Miso. It's collab o'clock.
Mavrid! Hell take you!
Get wrecked for $1. Like 2.69. Heyo, funny number.
Nice.
But yeah, we're every day is another step closer, much closer.
Well, well.
Oh boy, it's Hunky McBeefcake.
Stand aside, Pilus. This one has promise.
You've cake
Have a care,
McSix
my lord.
size.
She's not like the others.
Do not disappoint me, girl, or I will kill you.
Seven hells. It's him. It's Xenos.
The Viceroy. Oh, you are a dead man.
No, not just yet.
So spirited, and yet so empty.
Oh, okay, Miso. I'd be down for a collab sometime. I just need to find, like, time. I'm a very EP boy, and I eep a lot.
Alas, it will not save
Don't you dare hurt Cat Mom Xenos, you prick. You hunky prick.
She looks pretty hurt.
Hold the line, Byrolga. Hold the line.
Is that like the first instance of like blood showing in this game? Or am I misremembering?
No, blood showed when Harshaphant kicked the bucket.
Oh yeah, you're right, yeah.
Cryle.
Alphino.
We saw the smoke and thought we heard explosions. Are we under attack?
The Imperials were all over us before we realized what was happening. No one knew where to run or what to do. It was chaos. Lise and Master Kemp rallied the guards and bought us enough time to get some of the wounded to safety, but I haven't seen either of them since.
Confound it! If we lose the reach, this will all have been for naught.
Arenvold, can you escort these people to the wall? Aye, sir. Our place is at the Reach. We must offer such aid and succor as we are able. Saving lives is now our paramount concern.
If we can hold back the Imperials until Father sends reinforcements, we may yet turn the tide.
I'll join you. I've done all I can for these people, and you'll be crying out for a healer in there.
I fear you're right. Come, there is no time to lose. For the glory of the flames!
What took you so long? Alphino, I need your help.
My favorite thing about this cutscene is if you play healer, Trial actually ask for your help instead.
My lord, the prisoners!
See to your men, Pylus.
Okay, is it time for a 1v1 against Mr. Hunky? I'm down to fight.
As you command, my lord.
Get his ass! His very abnormally thick ass.
Your friends were a disappointment. But you will entertain me, will you not?
God, I forgot he takes such little damage.
Yeah.
And he hurts a lot.
Give me something to remember.
Oh, right, because he's freaking level 70. That's why I'm not doing jack all to him.
Oh my god, I never noticed he was level 70.
Yeah, I just looked at his name and like, oh, it's level 70. All his swords are level 61, but he's just 70, so that's why I'm not doing a goddamn thing to him.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah, because it is meant to be an unwinnable fight. He's just slowly walking towards you. Because he knows you're weak. Like, he knows you can't do a thing to stop him. He's just gonna slowly walk towards you.
He's so menacing.
That hurt a little.
Just a little.
That hurt a lot. I got him to 94% health before I got taken out. That's like all of that fighting and I did nothing. I got 6% off of him. Oops, your sword broke, sucker.
Yeah, fuck your sword. At least you could take out the sword.
Pathetic.
Seven hells.
Shall we give chase, General?
Not a good idea. Don't chase him.
There has been enough death this day. See to the wounded.
Chasing Xenos is a horrible idea.
Yeah, probably not the best idea.
Aye, sir. You all right, lass?
I like how Xenos just says, "Fuck your power of light. I win."
Tis no ordinary foe could best the likes of you.
Of course he's not an ordinary foe. He's level 70. I'm level 63, scaled down to here. Because I think this instance scales you down to 63.
He grinded all the side quests. It's not fair.
Yeah, he did all the side content. He's probably been level 70 for like 12 levels worth of EXP by now.
He was probably level 70 in Heavensward. What the fuck? It's honestly cheating.
Don't you die on me, Ashola! Hold on! Don't worry, it's going to be all right. Alphino, Master Kemp is all yours.
Understood.
Don't just stand there gawping. Hold her down while I work. The worst is past, but without the proper facilities, I can do no more.
Master Kemp too would be better served in the infirmary. Let us take them there without delay.
Give us a hand, would you, Lise? Of course. I know you must be exhausted, but there will be others who need our help. Leave these two to us and look to the other wounded.
Or you stole it.
You did well, Pennifer. You saved lives. No matter what happens, remember that. Now then, let's do what we can for the wounded. Every minute counts. See to the wounded, Pennifer. If they live, help them. If not, move on. Oh yeah, I think this is a special instance version of Robbers of Reach now, so there's no other players. It's just me and this misery.
Yeah, all the other players died.
Meffred, you idiot. He was already cold when I got to him. There was nothing I could do. That charm must have been important. You'd best take it to Conrad. Anago? Mefred? Where are you? This is... He's dead, isn't he? Mefred was a warrior, always thinking about others before himself. He once had an Imperial patrol chase him nigh on 20 malms so that his wounded would have time to escape. His comrades loved him for it, of course, though that only made him worry more. Did you know that he sent his men in Quarry Mill away because he thought they were fighting for him and not the cause? Well, he did. The only life he was willing to risk was his own, you see. But that's exactly the kind of man who should be leader. The kind of man who deserves to survive, not an old fool who's all used up. There's no logic to it, Master Kemp. There never is. Who stands, who falls. In the heat of battle, we can but do our best, as he did. Mefred will be sorely missed, but because of his sacrifice, many now live who otherwise would not, and they need us now more than ever. That they do. Forgive me, I had high hopes for him, is all. Our defeat was no mere thing, it was total, a humiliation. We were powerless to withstand our enemy's assault. But we cannot afford to dwell on our failure. As Alphino said, it is those who survived whom we must think of now. Valgyr's Reach is no longer safe. The Imperials may have withdrawn, but they could return at any time to finish what they began. We dare not remain here. Those who are not fit to make the journey to Kashim Orients will need to be taken by chocobo carriage. Agreed? Good. I shall oversee preparations for the carriages. In the meantime, I would have you scour the infirmary for any supplies that might prove useful during the journey. Forgive me, but it is imperative that I continue preparing medicines for the wounded. If you desire treatment, I must ask that you seek it elsewhere. Oh, I see. In that case, you're free to search the barber and take that which you require. I will not have our people dying en route. I would assist you, but this process demands my undivided attention. Miss Marshal Towerpin said you might have something for me. Well, be praised. This should put the driver's hearts at ease. Tell the Vice Marshal we await his orders. Y'shtola and the others are safely strapped in. Don't worry, I'll be by her side the entire time. Thank you, Kryl. I'll walk alongside. They'll need protection in case the Garleans try anything. Hang on, you're injured too, aren't you? Shouldn't you be in one of the carriages? I'm not so frail that I can't make the trip on my own. Besides, still work to be done here. I'll see you at the wall when it's finished. As you wish. Then let us set forth at once. We shall move as quickly as our comrade's health allows. To Castrum Oriens. You saved a good many of my men, and I cannot thank you enough for that. But the fact remains, our forces were decimated. In this state, we will not be mounting an assault on Kashim Veladina or anywhere else. We need to be honest with ourselves about our prospects. But first, we need to put our affairs here in order. Afterwards, I will join you all at Kashim Oriens. Understood. We will go and speak with General Aldin. Pippin has already departed with the wounded, has he? Good. He completed a search of the Reach in the surrounding area. As far as we can tell, Xenos and his men returned straight away to Specula Imperia Taurus after quitting this place. It would seem he's lost interest in us. Which brings us to the most troubling question of all. Not how he found us, but why he chose to spare our lives having done so. In war, you kill or capture your enemy. You don't leave him to fight another day. Only a fool will turn his back and walk away, but Xenos is no fool. Whatever his motive, this is neither the time nor the place to think on it. I will leave a token force to watch over the Reach. The rest will fall back to Kashim Oriens. We can discuss a path forward there. Kryl is with Y'shtola. She still hasn't woken up, but Kryl says she's through the worst. Given the severity of her wound, we could have hoped for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery. We lost a lot of good people, didn't we? I saw it happen. When the Skull's commander cut down Mefford, a single blow, and that was it. Everything he fought for, all his hopes and dreams for the future, gone in an instant. And do you want to know the worst part? It wasn't a Garland who did it, it was an Alamegan. God tell me if I ever... No, not now, not while the General's waiting. Oh, Lise.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours, and for that we thank you.
There is no need for thanks. We are allies, are we not?
Aye, just so. Let us not dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future.
The future? I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Meffrid with that woman standing over him. They've ripped the heart out of us, General. They've broken us. Our fight is over.
Master Kemp, please.
I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children.
You mean the Skulls? The youths who fight for Xenos?
Crania Lupi, the Black Wolf's legacy and our shame. A unit made up of children born to Alamegan dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Gir Abania, Raised to be proud citizens of the Empire, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors. But they're our children. Our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then...
Then what was it all for?
Nago.
What will you say to the families of the fallen? To the mothers, and the widows, and the orphans? Will you tell them it was all for nothing?
Listen to the girl. We dare not suffer our comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be.
And when Xenos comes back with his army, what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again.
I still can't believe how strong he was. He humiliated us back there. The Warrior of Light included. God help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Please, you don't need to bring it up again.
Loath though I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in Alamigo, Xenos led the Imperial army to Doma, where he crushed the rebellion utterly. As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Varus's heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe? Interesting. You are suggesting we kindle the flames of revolution in Doma once more and force Xenos to fight a war on two fronts?
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'll not deny the plan as promised, and I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. But I fear we lack the strength to see it through.
Have faith in your people, Master Kemp. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild, and when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
If you're going to Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there, and make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater.
Very well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Alamigo has suffered enough.
It goes without saying, but the Scions alone have not the strength to topple a provincial government here or anywhere else. And I am quite certain the same can be said of the Doman Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can but go and assess the situation for ourselves and see what can be done. Lest you doubt what good we few can accomplish, I would remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea and her people from certain doom. Brave souls with an impossible task, and Eorzea lives on. Our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but it is no less important to the multitudes whom we would free from imperial oppression, whom we will free. Where men go as one, there is life, and where there is life, there is cause to hope. Our grandfather believed that, and so do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must first find a way to reach them. Othard is not exactly over the river and through the woods. I am one step ahead of you, dear sister, or rather, Tataru is. But before we discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. Much as I would like it if we could all make this journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, as Y'shtola cannot be left unattended, then I should obviously remain. Very well, an issue addressed. You know, Alphino, it would have been quicker to just ask, and markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose. Would you be willing to look after Y'shtola and provide support to Arenvald and the others? Yes, Alphino, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return with a gift. Oh, I would not dream of it. Right then. Sister, Pennifer, Lise, gather your things, we are for Limsa Laminsa.
Limsa Lamansa. Capybara.
Tataru should be here any moment with our ship's captain. We're going messy after all. Is Merlwyr lending here as our pick of the Crimson Fleet? Not exactly. You are right, and as much as we will be traveling by sea, regrettably, it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Empire's aerial defenses. But then, it is equally infeasible to sail an Eorzean Alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice. This leaves us with only one other option. Speak of the devil. Sorry to keep waiting. May I present to you Captain Carverlane of the Kraken's Arms. The Kraken's Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates. I like pirates. I'm a pirate. I came from Limsa.
Pirates are cool.
Greetings and salutations, scions. I take it from your comrade's tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement? Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my sister her outburst. She has ever been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, am the very soul of discretion, as many well-respected personages would attest, from the offices of the Admiral to the high houses of Ishgard. But where was I? Oh yes, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. And intent on securing passage to the Far East, you came to us, knowing us to be the proud purveyors of said region's finest spices, which you steal from God-fearing merchants out on the high seas. Whatever privateering the Krakens may or may not engage in is strictly within the limits of the law, as set forth by our indefatigable Keeper of the Peace. More to the point, we are pragmatists. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause and negligible profit. Well, I, for one, think the captain has a point. The Five Seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor, unfortunate soul has to come to grief out there on the waves. Why, when we were in Ishgard, I heard the tragical tale of how the heir to House Durandare vanished at sea. Even now, 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives and would pay a sultan's ransom for news of his whereabouts. Truly a tragedy for the ages, and a testament to the misfortunes that may befall us all should we act without due consideration. But so long as you are prepared to abide the capricious whims of fate, I am willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can take you only as far as Kugane in Hingashi. We will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. Suddenly, all those hours Tataru passed cavorting and capering at the Forgotten Night seem rather better spent, do they not? That said, I had intended to press the point more obliquely, and there was something disconcerting about the pleasure Tataru took in making Captain Carvalane squirm. I say we should heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they ready the vessel for departure. Tataru and I will procure the necessary supplies. Alice, I should be grateful if you would use the time to brief Ariane on recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in the event of an emergency at sea. How very prudent of you. Very well, I shall go and speak with him. What of Pennifer and Lys? I would like the two of you to return to Revenant's Toll and speak with our Doman allies. I fear we know too little of their homeland, and any information they can provide would be most welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we will reconvene here at the ferry docks. Agreed? Sounds like a plan. Let's go, Pennifer. Well, here we are. You'll need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll ask around at the House of Splendors. You take the Rising Stones. I'll meet you hereafter. Got it? Greetings, Panifer. What brings you to the toll this day? What? You are Vidoma? Heavens! Your science has shown us naught but kindness, but never in my wildest dreams did I imagine you would fight for our homeland. For 25 years we've suffered under their tyranny, and then we spied an opportunity. The Emperor dead, Garlemald in chaos. It seemed the time was ripe. Beneath our Lord's banners we gathered and fought to reclaim our nation, but when the Xenos arrived at the 12th Legion, it was over in an instant. What is it, my friend? You look as though you have something to ask. That you go to join Yugiri and Gosetsu and the fight fills me with such joy. Forgive my exuberance. You require information, yes? We of the Nagai clan have served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle, even. Now it is home to the Imperial Viceroy the Witch and her host of men and Magitech. To think that what was once the shining symbol of our heritage and the seat of our dear Lord Kugane has become a den for Garlean dogs. You are truly planning to travel to Doma? I do not know what to say. Forgive me, I shall aid you to the best of my ability. Ours is a beautiful land, nestled on the eastern coast of Othard. Along the banks of the One River, our nation thrived, proud and free, until the Garleans came, 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood, free to travel and to fish, but travel was soon restricted, and now the river belongs to none. There you are. Learn anything interesting? The older Domans I spoke with tried to teach me all about Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I'd like to think Eorzeans can be just as stuffy as anyone, especially Ishgardians, but anyway, did you know they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard actually, or at least that's what I thought until they told me I was holding them wrong. And then when I spoke with the younger Domans, they just rolled their eyes and told me it was all a load of stupid old. Wow, what you learned sounded a lot more useful. Unless someone invites us for dinner, of course. I hope they do. I mean, I hope so too. That kind of food's super tasty.
True.
Right. No point waiting around here, is there? We should head back to Limsa Liminsa. Alphino said to meet at the ferry docks, I think. I don't think this is a solo instance. If not, then I can invite you to a party before I do the cutscene. That way I can just start the dungeon once we're there.
I'm coming. Oh, I went to the upper decks. I'm stupid.
Well, at least there's an Ethernet shard at the Arcanist Guild.
Oh, whoa.
You are returned, Pennifer. I trust you learned much from our Doman friends in Revenant's Hall. I am eager to hear all, though that can wait until we have left port. We will have time enough to talk on our journey to Kugane. The spice trading friends have completed their preparations. Assuming you have completed yours, you may inform the deckhand that we are ready to depart. All set, lass. I'll see you to the ship if so.
All aboard.
Twelve be praised. Full sure was I that I had come
Hey, Urianjay came for a visit.
Hey, it's that guy.
Tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
I forgot he still looks like that, even
nay, my lady.
Post Heaven's Sword. After post Heaven's Sword, I mean.
I wished to share some words of
I mean, he doesn't really become terribly important until Storm or Shadowbringers, at least.
True.
Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers, darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
A parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
Ooh, a new sword. Let's go.
A new sword for your pretty new class.
Beautiful.
Yippee!
Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
It would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others, and take care.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. The Misery is enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
Is it supposed to do that?
Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You're needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh, for the love of... If you will excuse me a moment. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, dungeon, or almost dungeon time. Everything looks spooky.
Looks very spooky.
Odd. Most odd. Well, do you have any idea what's going on? No. As the man said, despite the absence of wind and current, the Misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not fire up the Ceruleum engines you have hidden below? An excellent suggestion based on knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them. Things the lads saw. Things? I don't suppose I could convince you to attempt something more descriptive, an adjective, for example. Seawolf superstitions and fairy tales, not more. But if you must know, the things which he is so reticent to name are the souls of deceased women said to lure sailors to their deaths. Preposterous. Yes, indeed. If it is neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it is probably a predatory entity of some sort, perhaps a siren or some such. For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader employing magics to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one recourse, to let the current take us where it will and deal with whatever we find there. What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. Oh, I am beginning to like you, girl. Once we arrive at our destination, my crews shall remain with the ship to defend it while we venture forth to deal with the cause of our troubles. Then it is settled. I know not what awaits us, but it will rue the day it reeled us in. The Siren Song Sea now accessible. Let's go.
Yay! Dungeon time!
Yeah, fun dungeon. Like, all of these bosses have really cool mechanics.
Yeah.
Especially the last one with the march forward or backwards, and you have to position yourself so you avoid the puddles.
I like the one where we turn into a grandma.
Man, I don't have Quietus yet. I get that at 64.
There's more of them. Guy has a spooky face.
Yeah, Stormblood dungeons feel so good to run through because you have so many buttons now. Like, I've got...
Stormblood, I feel like, is where the classes start to get really, really good.
Yeah, because like, you're just getting more and more of your buttons. You have so many things you can use. Like, I have Bloodspiller now, I have Carbon Spin and Abyssal Drain, I have all of those buttons. And I'm just getting even more. But actually feels like I have a rotation and I'm not just pressing 1, 2, 3 over and over. The mitigation mixed in for spice. Get interrupted, sucker.
Get interrupted, loser.
Big bony nerd.
I prefer my pizza boneless.
Can I get a boneless pizza?
Oh god. Samurai just standing in all that.
Level up. Casting, aiming, junk. I'm gonna pull the whole room.
Yay!
One of my favorite Stormblood dungeon pulls, because you can pull so many enemies here.
Okay. I forgot I was a healer for a second.
I was like, okay, my health's getting kind of low.
It was still smart to pop Living Dead there, because I completely forgot. Oopsie.
Virgin Tears. I didn't know we had League of Legends players here. Oh, Ow. I exploded. Did you explode, Igni? I think Igni might have exploded. Oh no, Igni's outside the boss arena, that's why. Okay, Igni did explode. So I'm just going to assume Igni's internet had a blip. Because we are also not shared chatting anymore, so he is very much so offline. Wondering why I exploded, like, oh, okay, that's why I exploded. I'm just gonna water the ground. While we wait for Igni to return. Do-do-do-do-do. From that, I can move the little holographic keyboard up a bit so it's easier to see. There we go, much better. Now you can see me smashing buttons and pro gaming. Let me glance at Discord and see if he... Oh, I think he messaged. Yep. Yep, his internet went out. It's resetting. He shall be back shortly. So we will being and chill and continue watering the ground. Okay, Amy's back. Let me drag him back into a voice. Welcome back.
Thank you. I don't know why that happened.
I was wondering why I was kind of taking a lot of damage and exploded. It was like, oh, you were pokeballing.
Hello.
I've just been here watering the ground.
All that.
Yeah, I made a joke about the Virgin Tears. I didn't know there were League of Legends players here.
I get it. I just walked into the puddle for no reason. Oh, the bleed doesn't even stay on you.
Oh, that's good that you don't get stuck with a ticking bleed. Okay, boss, want to turn this way?
Games for babies. Yippee!
We did it!
Perfectly good dungeon with no casualties whatsoever.
Yeah, no scuff at all whatsoever.
Yay.
Oh, it shows you back streaming. Okay, I can start share chat again. Let's go.
Oh, I'm not live. Hold on.
I'll give the samurai calm loot. No. Roll on the music. And leave duty.
Come on, OBS.
That appears to be the last of them.
Word from the Misery. Repairs are complete, and we may resume our journey without further delay.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
I remember the sea, the smell of the salt, and the crash of the waves.
Hooray,
as we drew
Kugane.
closer to Kugane.
Hooray!
One of my favorite hub cities.
The only port open
Mine
to
too.
outsiders in Hingashi.
The music's great, the city looks so good, especially with the graphics update.
All the
Okay, now
colours
my
of the
stream's back.
rainbow, all the
Yippee!
Hooray.
all in one place.
And share chat is once more started. Let's go. Congratulations, you now stand in Kugane, the western port of Hingashi. Regrettably, the only port in this nation open to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologize for the unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance in overcoming them was much appreciated.
You should be apologizing to my fucking internet.
Glad though I am to have arrived, I would remind you all that we are far from home, with limited resources at our disposal. Duly noted, brother. I shall take care not to enjoy myself. In any event, Dome is our final destination, and our first order of business should be to secure passage there. Captain Carverlane, I realize you pledged only to take us as far as Kugane, and I have no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I should, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Othard, were you in our position. At the risk of stating the obvious, you are in a port. Surely there is a kind and generous soul here who will aid you for the right price. Cannot be the first traveler seeking passage to Doma. The captain makes a good point. 'Tis like that Yugiri and Gosetsu were forced to come here for the selfsame reasons we were. They must have found a way to Othard, assuming they are not still in the city. Ere we seek passage, mayhap we should first seek our friends. Leave it to me, Alphino. Making friendly inquiries is my specialty. Lest you forget, I got plenty of practice in Ishgard. Captain Carvelane, could you direct us to the nearest tavern? Desperate for a drink, are we? You may find one in that large building just beyond the pier. Whether your journeys have come to an end or are about to begin, the Shihokaze Hostelry is an ideal place to rest, relax, and reflect, or so they say. And with that, my dear scions, I bid you farewell. As soon as we have replenished our supplies, we must away. Ours was ever a fast-moving business. Spice trade, you mean? But of course, surely you do not think I traveled halfway around the world and delivered you to your destination solely out of the kindness of my heart. Perish the thought. Thank you, Captain, and may the Navigator watch over and keep you. Right then, to the hostelry. After you.
By the 12. I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
Oh, 1,000 pardons, my lady. The signs of the seventh dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
Oh, you, I forget your name, but I like you.
And you are?
Oh, Hancock. Oh, Hancock. Right.
Hancock, yeah.
Yes, of course. Forgive me.
I remembered it right before the game showed it to us.
Trading company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugane and invite you to take refreshments at our local
I remember
offices.
the name because it's funny.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kugane. Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
My, such naked suspicion. I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
I beg your pardon? If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Uldan markets. Though I see now that this was neither the time nor the place to indulge said longing. Might I suggest that we continue this conversation at the company offices? Too many eyes and ears here, you understand. 'Twould be decidedly reckless to say any more.
If I may favor you with the invigorating candy you apparently crave, it would be decidedly reckless to follow a man I neither know nor trust. Give me one good reason why we should accept Lord Lolorito's invitation.
Now there's the young diplomat I was told to expect. Very well then.
I shall explain. You understand that you are come to a most reclusive and secretive nation, yes? One whose borders are closed to foreign trade save at this single port. Then it should come as no surprise that a great many parties have vested interests here. Merchants like myself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
To paraphrase, Kugane is teeming with Imperial spies, one or several of whom could now be listening to our every word.
Something to that effect, yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
And you must be Pennifer Rose, Slayer of Gods, Rider of Dragons, Savior of Ishgard, Stealer of Pants, if some of the more puzzling rumors are to be believed. When did I steal pants?
Pants stealer.
I knew it. May I say what an honor and a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance, my lady? I just know you and I are going to get along famously. Now then, without further ado, allow me to escort you to the company offices. This being your first visit to our fair city, I shall make an effort to point out various landmarks along the way, if you would be so good as to follow me. So instead, I'm gonna tune to the Aetherite, and then jump puzzle.
Yay!
We're gonna parkour to the top of Kugane. Something that should be anyone's first goal when you come here. A very lengthy and painful jump puzzle. I see you going ninja, trying to get an extra boost.
Don't mind me, teehee.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm playing in Aura, because last time I did this I was as a Mikote, and if I was any bigger or smaller I might not be able to time the jumps right.
I can only do it on Lalafell. Playing other races actually throws me off.
Okay. Yep, up, up. This part's can be annoying. That's the first hurdle. If you can't get past that, you're not gonna get past the rest.
Yeah.
It's gonna turn RP walk on.
Fighting Ninja can actually throw me off too because of the little boosted speed. Where'd you go? Oh. I thought you fell down.
I didn't fall down all the way, just a tiny little bit. I remember it's here, so I always did this sideways. Okay, I'm up here. And it's this way. Yeah, that's this part sideways. That. Jump. Push in, jump. Jump. Alley-oop. Shoop.
Ah! Ah! And I fell.
I fell too. Not all the way, just tiny bit.
Can't really fall off all the way down.
I mean, yeah, like here you can't, but when you get up to the very last part, you can absolutely fall all the way down.
Yeah. And then you cry.
Yeah, you cried because you spent like 5 to 7 minutes, if not more, getting up there. Which is why I'm hoping I can make that jump the first time and not...
Hold on! Just like that.
This is why I'm glad you can do RP walk on some parts of these, because that does make it a little easier.
Yeah.
Like, I think this part can be... This part can be RP walked up. That makes that significantly easier. Except when I missed the time that jump. In fact, I think this part could be RP walked up.
Oh, no!
Oop.
Well.
Yeah. See you in a few minutes.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Hate that. Yeah, RP walk's definitely good because these pieces of wood have interesting hitboxes on them. Yeah, I think I can RP walk up that. Yep. Then we back up. Jump that. Okay, here's the... I can RP walk onto that, and now the first of the painful jumps. Scooch to the corner. Oh, I made it. I made that.
Hooray!
But now comes the... scooch to the corner. Okay, I made that jump too. Let's go. Now I just need to zoom in my camera so I can see where I'm at. Made that jump. I can RP walk up this. Oh, I hate this jump. I hate this jump so much. RP walks, I can get into a position. Oh, I made that. I just have to make this, and I'm at the final and easier part. Oh, this is so stressful. This is so very stressful.
Very stressful near the end.
Oh, yeah, very, very stressful. Okay, Okay, I've made this. I just have to... Oh, I'm up here. I'm at the very last 2 jumps. I can take a breath. I can take a breath. I can take a breather. I made the hardest jumps first try.
I believe in you.
I just have to... make these last few. So I know I could jump onto that, but I think it's slightly easier to... No, I gotta jump on that to get up there. I can't jump on that metal bit. Okay, deep breaths. See, I think I can jump on that. I gotta decide. Okay, so you're right. You jump on the small thing, you jump onto that thing, you jump onto that thing, so I could just carefully back up. Okay, I've landed on that. Okay, I just gotta land on the long thing, and then there's a tiny little itty bitty jump. Okay, last jump. I think I can jump on the roof from up here. No,
Right. You wanna go first?
Okay, I made it. I can RP walk up that. Holy crap. Oh, okay, and then this last part, you're not. It's hard to. Even if you screw it up, you won't fall. I'd have to get around this. Jump onto this. Can't believe I made that final section my first try.
We did it!
Oh, Vista Record Shiokaze Hostelry. Holy crap. And now to try and make the... I'm just gonna turn off my heads-up display. Get a nice little view from up here. Yeah, I made this... Like, when I did this on my Mikote, it took me like 15 tries to get that final part, but I made it first try. Oh. And now that's all that's left is to attempt the jump onto the signpost down there.
Yep.
Which I know the easiest way to attempt it is you get onto the really long piece of wood that you use to get up here, and then you just sprint straight off. Sprint and jump. Careful. I overtimed it. I shouldn't have sprinted.
No, darn.
Well, I could try that again another time. At least I made it to the top. That was my goal. Get to the top of the jump puzzle.
Oh, I undershot it.
Yeah, I sprinted and overshot it, so if I didn't sprint, I probably would have made it. But okay, we can do more MSQ now. Now that I'm done being stressed out over the jump puzzle.
It wasn't so bad.
I mean, getting to the end part wasn't so bad. The end part's the stressful part. Like, it's not stressful, like, for 80% of that's not stressful, because, oh, you fall a little, okay, it's not a long fall, but then you get to that last part, you mess up, and you fall to the very bottom. Or you even fall off and land in the city, and you have to climb even further.
Climb all the way back up.
Everyone, if I could have your attention, please. You are now standing in Tenkanto. Loosely translated, the name means Spire of Drifting Souls, which, as some of you may have deduced, makes reference to the 8th rite which stands some over yonder. The design is markedly different from those of Charlan, yet I trust its function is identical. A diplomat and a scholar, wonders never cease. Our Eastern 8th rite technologies have a long and storied tradition, I assure you. This particular example was constructed by the Onishishu, a collective of skilled craftsmen who guard their ancestral techniques with the utmost secrecy. In short, you will find it no less reliable than its Western counterparts, attune if you like. If I like, you mean attune? Did I attune? Yes I did, okay.
The idea that someone would come all the way here and just say, "No, I'm not gonna attune to that Aetherite. Thank you very much."
I'm
and
sure.
Just keep going.
I'm sure there's some insane player out there who doesn't attune to Aetherites and travels the long way everywhere.
Probably. Challenge mode.
Yeah, challenge mode. The long road around Eorzea. Travel by mount. Like, it would be even more of a challenge mode if you didn't fly, you just did ground travel.
Probably saves you a lot of gil.
I mean, it saves you a lot of go, but it's going to take you so much longer, because, like, imagine trying to get around the Sea of Clouds or Churning Mists without Aetherite.
Yeah, that would be so annoying.
Beautiful,
I don't
though.
think you can even get to the second Aetherite without flying.
In Sea of Clouds, you can get there without flying, because the second part of the MSQ, when you're going to get the key from Bismarck, it takes you up there.
Oh, yeah. You're
And
right.
so you get a NPC you can talk to that'll take you there.
3 for 4.
Beautiful though it may be, we cannot spend all day staring at the Aetherite. Come, let us move along, the markets are next. Instead, I'm gonna go attune to all of the little mini Aetherites. That is generally my first goal in any new city. Though my first goal here was climbing the tower. I know that there's a little jump puzzle in the housing district.
Yep. I miss when they do these little jump puzzles. They have some in Dawn Trail, but they're not as hard. Or as big. It's the
I know there's
tower.
like the big one in Thavnair and Walker.
Yeah.
Or yeah, the Ratted Hand one. I still haven't completed that one. That one's kind of annoying. Let's see, we've been streaming for almost 3 hours. We can go for a while more. Got plenty of time.
Yeah. I might stop around the 4-ish hour mark because I haven't eaten food since I woken up. So
Honestly, fair. Howdy, Rekka. Welcome in.
Hello.
Thank you for the follow. Also, yeah, a 4-hour mark's probably a good idea, because that'll be like 3 here for me, so food is good.
Yeah.
You can do however many more MSQ it takes to pass another hour. Like, I always eat breakfast before I stream, but I still end up being hungry during streaming.
Yeah. Streaming takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, is my mic muted, Rekka? I don't think it's muted. OBS is tracking me, Igni can hear me, my captions are working.
I don't think it's muted.
Yeah, I don't look to be muted, everything says I'm unmuted in tracking. Oh, weird. I can temporarily turn captions on then. If my mic is apparently not playing right with Twitch. As always, the captions aren't entirely going to be extremely accurate, but they will often be funny. And that is why I use them. Because it provides captions, and the people reading the captions might end up being really confused as to what's been going on. Let's see, one more, and that's all of them.
Good old Eureka.
That'll be something I stream eventually once I've done the MSQ. Like, my plans for after MSQ are in order: do the raids, do the Alliance raids, do Hildebrand, do Eureka, and I'll probably do the unsync the extreme trials and mountain farm on stream.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, just get to show people all the different extreme trials and just have a chill time mountain farming.
Yeah, especially unsynced, it'd be so easy now.
Well, I'm sure that the Endwalker extremes are still going to be a little bit of a challenge.
Oh yeah, those are especially going to be hard.
But like Shadowbringers and before was super easy.
Yeah, I think most of the stuff like Stormblood and before now can be pretty much.
Oh, I mean, at the end of Endwalker, like the final patch of Endwalker, you could unsync some of the you could unsync solo some of the Stormblood extremes.
Yeah.
So now those will be an super easy unsync, and you could probably solo unsync some of the Shadowbringers ones if you're strong enough.
It's both funny and also kind of sad because I used to play when Stormblood came out and did the stuff synced, and now everyone just does it unsynced by themselves, and it's like, oh, okay.
I mean,
I worked hard for my mount.
I've done all of the trials through Shadowbringers synced just for the fun of it, just to see what the actual trial experience is like.
Yeah, they're fun.
They're super fun. Let's see. Oh, we have arrived at the largest shopping district in Kugane, Kugane Dori. Kugane, as you are doubtless unaware, is an ancient Hingan word for gold. So, in this prosperous port, where golden fortunes are made, lesser fortunes, or Kogane, are earned for the local merchants. It's all quite logical once you learn the language. Now you're beginning to speak my language. Oh ho! A kindred spirit. What a pleasure it is to meet a young lady who appreciates the value of hard-won coin. Hancock of the East Aldernar Trading Company. You are with clients today? Why, if it isn't Master Kaiten? Pray allow me to introduce to you my esteemed guest, but recently come from distant Eorzea. This kind and generous soul supervises all transactions here in Kogane Dori. Your sincerity is ever appreciated. As he says, I am Kaiten of the Hakuchi clan, and it is my honor to serve as overseer of these markets. As we receive many foreign visitors in Kugane, we accept all manner of currencies. Rest assured, your Eorzean girl are welcome here. I invite you to peruse our wares at your leisure. Arms, armor, foodstuffs, potables. Here you will find all of them and more.
I like the Stormblood music too.
It is such good music. Oh, that's a nice looking sword. I assume I'll probably get from MSQ, because the MSQ gives you literally all the gear you ever need. If we may pause here for a moment. This road leads to the Kugane district in which Ijin, or foreigners, are permitted to reside. Would this also be where the foreign embassies are found, including that of a certain empire? Precisely. So you see, it would not be at all unusual to cross paths with one of our Garlean cousins here. With this in mind, I would encourage you to choose your words carefully. We would not want any physical altercations after all, such spats being strictly forbidden. The Sekisegumi punish breaches of the peace quite severely. I've seen foreigners permanently exiled for a single violation, though to be fair, this is not common. More often than not, they are executed on the spot. Okay. What cut down then and there? You are joking, right? Would that I were, but alas, these samurai are a humorless lot. Why, I recall one instance when a foreign merchant and his cups dared lay hands upon a Hingan aristocrat in front of a Sekisegumi. The samurai cut him in half with a single stroke. I don't want to think about that either, Lise. So, as you see, it would behoove you to behave. Failing that, we may be forced to part ways with one another, or you with yourselves, in the manner of the late Teleji Adeleji. Oh, how I amuse myself, but we must carry on. I have yet to show you the Garlean consulate. This, as you may have surmised, is the consulate of you-know-who. Voldemort? I didn't know he was here.
Voldemort?
Mark the guards at the gate. Are their uniforms not different from those you have seen in the West? Were you to travel far and wide, you would find that many such variations exist, often inspired by local designs. All of which goes to show that even a massive empire seeking to rule all of creation is not without its artisans. There is oh so much more I could speak of. The soothing waters of the onsen, the ephemeral delights of the pleasure district, but you are doubtless still weary from your long sea voyage. Let us retire to the company offices.
I
think I've attuned to this one. The one I'm missing? Oh, the markets. The
markets.
Can't believe I completely missed the markets. Gotta go grab that one real quick. I was like, there should be some extra ones on there, but no, I missed the markets. Oh yes, this one's sitting right back here, behind... where's the... I forget the NPC's name, but it's the one that gives you the extreme trials.
The Wandering Mistral. He's right here.
Oh yeah, well, not there for me yet.
Oh, yeah. Not there for you.
Okay, you've attuned these blah blah blah. Okay, now I have
It's your
access.
CP.
Yeah, it is your CP. And now I have access to the airship landing. Though that's not going to get me much of anywhere. At least not yet. At long last, we arrive at our destination. May I present to you our humble offices. We have much to discuss, so I will refrain from further prattle. Come, right this way.
Our thaumaturgists took great pains to ward these walls against all manner of surveillance. Where business dealings are concerned, we do not compromise on confidentiality. You may avail yourselves of these offices for the duration of your visit. Come and go as you like, and know that you may speak freely here.
Your offer is most generous, but I will not enter into any agreement which would leave us beholden to you or your master.
A legitimate concern. Allow me to clarify then. The chairman bids you consider this as an expression of his heartfelt contrition for the bloody banquet and the unpleasantness which followed. Never having been one to put stock in words alone, the chairman deems the provision of material aid to be a more appropriate demonstration of his sincerity. By sheer coincidence, your purpose here also happens to coincide with our own interests. That is, assuming you are come to aid the Doman Liberation Front.
How could... I will not bother to offer a denial. You have the right of it. To be specific, we are come in search of our Far Eastern allies, Yugiri and Gosetsu, whom we hope to assist in their fight.
The Aori Shinobi and the Rugadan Samurai? Then you will be pleased to know that they have both come to Kugane.
Are you sure?
Quite. They came here aboard a company vessel, you see. However, they encountered difficulties securing passage across the Ruby Sea.
The Ruby Sea? Sorry, I've never been any good at geography.
Forgive me. This calls for a map. We are here in Kugane, the sole open port of Hingashi, situated on her western coast. Doma, meanwhile, is here on the eastern coast of Otherd in Yansha. Therefore, if your friends are to reach Doma, they must first cross the Ruby Sea. Alas, this is easier said than done, as the Ruby Sea does not fall within the dominion of either Hingashi or Doma, being controlled since antiquity by a third party, namely the Confederacy. Said maritime collective is known for the consummate skill of its sailors, and for demanding that any vessel entering its waters pay a toll referred to as the Ruby Tithe. In exchange, the Confederacy's vast fleet guarantees the safety of those who travel within its territory. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Garlemald conquered Doma some 25 years past, at which time the Empire saw no value in controlling the Ruby Sea, and thus did they turn a blind eye to the activities of the Confederacy. recently appointed acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma had other ideas, however. She has formally condemned the Confederacy and declared that any who recognize their authority shall be branded enemies of the Empire. Bowing to this pressure, Hingashi severed ties with these toll-takers and forbade the payment of the ruby tithe, prompting the Confederacy to make it known that any merchants choosing to sail the Ruby Sea would do so at their peril.
No wonder they struggled to secure passage to Doma. What captain would risk such a journey given the circumstances?
I am told your friends were not so easily deterred from their course, but I know not whether their persistence bore fruit.
I say we follow in Yugiri and Gosetsu's footsteps and attempt to secure passage to Doma for ourselves. We will need to cross the sea in any case, and we may learn something of their whereabouts in the process. And should we find that they are still in Kugane, we can make the journey together.
In that case, I have some information which may be of use to you. No quid pro quo, I assure you. The chairman was most insistent that I aid you to the best of my ability.
Though I am reluctant to take any action whatsoever that could be construed as placing ourselves in Lord Lolorito's debt, we must avail ourselves of what means are available. Our Alamigan allies placed their faith in us, and I do not intend to disappoint them. Ooh, I get a present. It would seem inefficient for us all to venture out together in search of information on Yugiri and Gosetsu's whereabouts. Agreed? Agreed. We need to cast our net wider, split up, and pursue all available avenues of inquiry. If we're to coordinate our efforts effectively, we'll need to establish a working base of operations here. Indeed. The tower would seem best suited to the task of organizing our supplies and procuring new ones. Aussie tends to that. We four can begin our search by questioning the individuals Hancock identified. Alice and I will take those in the southern districts of the city, and the two of you can take those in the north. In anticipation of just such an eventuality, I took the liberty of preparing some few sketches of Yugiri and Gosetsu during our voyage. Wow. You stole and warned me that you were a bit of an artist, but these are great. They'll definitely come in handy. Looks like it's you and me, Pennifer. Let's step outside and talk about where to start. Howdy, howdy, Penguin. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Wow. Alpha Note sketches are so... I don't know how to put it, but they're very... well, see for yourself. You may view Alpha Note's sketch at any time during this quest by using the relevant item in the Key Items menu. He looks more like them than they do. Honestly, he could make a living doing this. Sorry. No time for distractions. Why don't we start by visiting Karaku at the onsen? That was it.
I accidentally just realized I was muted on Discord for a bit.
Oh, good. Figure you were yapping at your chat.
Homework is important.
It is important.
As I didn't do mine, but that doesn't matter.
I didn't
I'm
do.
bad influence.
I mean, I did some of mine, not all of it. I graduated high school at least. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Come one, come all. Burns, cuts, embarrassing rashes. There is not that the mystical waters of the Bokaisen hot springs cannot heal. Oh, what is that in your hand?
Oh, environmental science.
I mean, the environment is cool. Not my favorite kind of science, though.
It's the environment. It's important, I guess.
1,000 apologies, but I cannot help you. It is against our policy to divulge information regarding patrons, past or present. Please, we came all the way from Eorzea to find our friends. We have our reputation to consider, miss. Men and women from all the walks of life come here in search of rejuvenation, body and soul. They seek privacy and discretion, and we have ever honored their wishes. Only the Sekisei Gumi may demand otherwise. I am sorry, but there is naught I can do. I suppose you'll just have to ask someone else then. What about that woman who runs the hostelry? Kotokaze, was it? And my favorite kind of science is medical science, because that's super interesting.
If they don't give you an A grade, just know they're wrong and they haven't seen the Lorax clearly.
It's send them the B-movie script.
You can also send them the B-movie script. I'm pretty sure that's like a environmental message, I think. I don't remember. What was the B-movie about?
A bee and a woman suing humanity to give honey back to the bees, and then them having to give honey back to humanity so that the environment doesn't die because the bees aren't pollinating anything now that they don't need to make honey.
Yeah, that sounds environmental.
Welcome, traveler. Can I interest you in some rice wine? Exceptional quality, delivered but the other day. Ah, an Ari Shinobi and a Rogadin Samurai. If I may, I would answer your question with some few of mine own. If I speak of that which you know, Ijin, be not offended. You are familiar with the situation in the lands across the Ruby Sea, the doomed rebellion after 2.5 decades of quiet. I see, and you are familiar with the ways of Hingashi? How we elect to stand apart and support no cause but our own. Indifferent and callous, some may call us, but pragmatism is essential if a humble island nation such as ours is to survive. But we are not fools. Complete isolation is impractical, and so Kugane is open to Ijin, and we are equally hospitable to all. Or, if I must speak more plainly, yes, I can help you, but if I do, I must also oblige the ones who must ask after you. Are you willing to accept this fair and equitable treatment? If anyone comes looking for us, tell them whatever you like. As you wish. The two individuals of whom we speak did indeed come here. They sought passage across the Ruby Sea. Few ships are willing to make the trip at the moment. Nevertheless, I made several introductions on their behalf. That was the extent of our interaction. I will provide you with the names of the captains if you like. You've been a great help, Mistress Kotakaze. I'll be sure to come back for that wine sometime. We would welcome your custom, miss. We should question these captains as soon as we can. You take the first 3, I'll take the rest, and we'll meet here when we're finished. Alright? Good luck. Passengers? No. We no longer offer that service. Too much trouble. Now, we only transport goods. I told this to the samurai and sent him on his way. The woman? If it is a woman you seek, the pleasure houses have plenty. Well, okay. That's not exactly helpful. This Rogadin gentleman did approach me. He wanted to charter a ship to take him across the Ruby Sea, the Mad Devil. I sent him away like all the others before him. The woman, nay, I know her not. You're asking me if I've seen this Ari woman and this Rogadin samurai? The woman is unknown to me, but the man is not. He was for Doma, but I could not help him. We travel solely between here and Razat Han. It would be an unreasonable detour. How did it? Oh, never mind. Judging from the look on your face, you didn't have much better luck than I did. Okay, this is a good quest to end on. Well, I suppose we might as well head back to... Wait, I've just remembered. There's someone on my list I forgot to visit, Kyoto. He's a Namazu fisherman, whatever that means, and a regular here. Maybe we'll find him if we look around. What? What? Why do you stare? Do you have business with me? By the 12, a talking fish. Yes, yes, a talking fish. How very observant of you, Ijin. You find me in good spirits, so your rudeness I will ignore this once, but only if you address me again in the proper manner. Sorry, I've never met a... Let's start again. You're Kyoto, right? My name is Lise, and this is Pennifer. We're looking for some friends of ours. I see. Both these ones I know well. I helped them secure passage across the Ruby Sea. Really? It's wonderful. Could you do the same for us? Yes, this would not be a problem. For you, I could charter a ship this very day. The journey is fraught with much peril. The fare will not be cheap. Are you sure you can afford to pay? I didn't think to bring any money, but surely the tower will let us take whatever we need from the Scion's coffers, right? We wouldn't be the only passengers, though. Could we take a moment to talk it over with our friends? Yes, but hurry. Your ship must depart under the cover of darkness. We shall meet again at sunset on the Tasokade Bridge. Do not forget your fare. Bring many gil, yes? I don't trust him. It's about time our luck changed. Alphino and the others will be thrilled.
Hi, I was muted.
Oh, good. I talked to a Namazu that I know is going to lead me into a trap, and we can end stream after we do the trap. Because I know it's a little solo instance.
It's fine.
It's been about 3.5 hours, so that'll probably be 3:45, 50 by the time that's done.
Have you ever played Goose Goose Duck or Among Us?
I've played Among Us. I've seen people play Goose Goose Duck, and it looks fun.
It's a very funny game.
I recently picked up Lockdown Protocol, which I've seen is such a fun game.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that, but I've never played. It looks really fun.
Greetings, honored madame, where you'll be entering the bazaar offices. Of course. We spoke with a number of merchants and captains at the southern piers. Several recognized Gosetsu and confirmed that he had been searching for a vessel to deliver him to Othard. None, however, made any mention of Lady Yugiri. Yes, it was the same story for us, and then you'll never believe what happened. So this Gyoro claims to have aided both Gosetsu and Yugiri. How fortuitous. Not the word I would have chosen, Master Alphino. Stupid's what I'd call it. How can you agree to his price without making any attempt to haggle, or even confirming what it was in the first place? Yes, that too was a misstep on their part, but it is not what troubles me most. Gyoro and his brethren are not renowned for their generosity of spirit. Rather, they are disdained as scheming moneylenders ever eager to turn a profit from others' misfortune. Everyone else we questioned stated that Gosetsu was alone. Only Gyoro claims to have met both him and Yugiri. I suppose it's just possible that Gosetsu made inquiries by himself and only called upon Yugiri once he had found a willing captain. But it is equally possible, if not more likely, that you are being deceived. Do not forget that there are parties present in Kugane with agendas which may run contrary to your own. The Viceroy was once a spy herself, as I recall. I should be surprised if she did not have countless agents here in her employ, all eager to prove themselves to their new master. And what better way to do so than by delivering her the heads of foreign insurgents? Fine. You may be right about him, but if Kyoto's working for the Empire, who's to say he didn't try the same trick on Yugiri and Gosetsu? I mean, if he did, he might know where they are, and if he succeeded, they might be in trouble. Anyway, if he holds up his end of the bargain, we'll have nothing to worry about, will we? But if he tries to betray us, I vote we take him prisoner and punch him till he tells us the truth.
Yeah.
So if it's a trap, we'll spring it and deal with the consequences. I like the way you think. I do too. I like springing traps. Very well, we should prepare for the worst. Tataru will remain here, and I shall follow the three of you at a discreet distance. Once more, I must caution you to avoid physical altercations at all costs, even should Imperial agents attempt to engage you. The Sekisegumi will not hesitate to clap you in irons or cut you down. If anything untoward should happen, you are to return here at once. Is that clear? You got it, boss man. To review, Lise, Pennifer, and I will meet with Kyoto as planned. Alpha will keep watch from a distance, ready to provide support in the likely event that Kyoto attempts to betray us to the Imperials or whomever else. Should that happen, you and Lise will subdue him, and together we will make our escape. As our actions will surely draw the attentions of the Sekisegumi, we will evade them with Alpha Note's assistance and return here with our prisoner. Does that meet with everyone's approval? Of course, these precautions will be for naught if Kyoto does not play us for fools, but we shall see. To the bridge. Okay, time to disband party.
Set up the trap.
Our would-be ally is nowhere to be seen. Make ready, Pennifer, something smells fishy. Fishy indeed.
He's late.
Endless and most sincere apologies to you and yours, yes, yes. This way, quickly now.
Enough! Where are you taking us? Where is the ship?
This ship. So very sorry to inform you, yes, yes. Long before was it pledged to another. To me, these ones are for Doma.
It's time to kick some butt.
simple.
Nothing personal, yes, just business.
Oh, we're about to make it personal, you scum sucker.
Then business is about to take a turn for the worse.
Get kicked, you prick.
Get kicked, fish.
Come on, let's find a way out of here.
The trap has been sprung. It is time for some fun. As expected, the Sekisegumi have caught our scent. Since fighting them is out of the question, we'll have to wind our way back to the Ruby Bazaar, evading their patrols as we go. If they find you, use these smoke bombs to make your escape. Hooray, smoke bombs!
Smoke bomb.
Oh, you, my guy, my dude, let's go. Phew. We made it. Let's go.
Yay!
Stay hidden and quiet. Understood?
Clear the road! Clear the road! You there! Kugane! We seek 4 foreigners. One, a brutish woman carrying an unconscious Namazu. Have you seen them?
For foreigners, you say? Ah, yes! Very rude they were, making no apology as they barged past. They went that way, I think.
Many thanks, good sir. With me! They cannot have gone far.
All is well. The Sekisei Gumi will not return this way for some time, I should think. You are of the East Aldenard Trading Company, yes? Come with me. I know a safer way.
You are returned. And with guests, I see.
Our meeting went about as well as expected. We've brought the Namazu who thought to betray us. When he wakes up, we'll see what he knows about Yugiri and Gazetsu.
Well done, you. When I saw the Sekisei Gumi out in force, I did begin to worry, but I see my fears were misplaced.
Actually, if it weren't for Soroban, we might not have gotten away.
'Twas my pleasure.
Yet I must ask, Soroban, why would you deceive the Sekisegumi to help us, foreigners of whom you know naught?
Why, out of the kindness of my heart, is what I would like to say, but my motives are not so pure. I chanced to witness your meeting with Hancock at the tavern and saw an opportunity.
An opportunity?
Like many, I came to Kugane as a trader to make my fortune. Kogin of the Red may serve the Empire as mercenaries, but Kogin of the Blue walk a different path. Regretfully, most here would rather not meet our gaze, much less do business. So I seek the custom of those less predisposed to dismiss us outright, namely the East Aldenard Trading Company.
Quid pro quo, is it? Well, there is no denying that we owe you a debt. What say you, Hancock? Will you consider doing business with our entrepreneurial friend here?
Rest assured, Master Soroban, that in matters of trade, the company does not discriminate. We would be honored to hear your proposal.
I promise you will not regret this, good sir. Ah, yes. You sought passage across the Ruby Sea, did you not? I have a ship you can use.
You do? Well then, far be it from us to refuse. You have our deepest thanks.
and you mine.
I'm still annoyed he tried to deceive us, but at least we were prepared for it. Even so, next time we should probably try to avoid running around Kugane in the middle of the night with half the city guards snapping at our heels. Okay, with that is a very, very good place to end stream. That was a ton of fun.
That was so much fun.
And now to find somebody to raid out to as always.
Yeah.
Customary raid into somebody else. It's a Sunday, there's gonna be a lot of people streaming.
Oh my god, you have a times Penny has cried meter.
Yes. It is separate from my Edge Runner's Depression meter that I have for when I'm playing Cyberpunk.
Oh.
Let's see. I could raid into you, Igni, but that'd be kind of silly.
It'd be funny, but I'm about to end stream too, because I need to eat food.
I will instead raid into Bodega Rat. They are a lovely person. It's always fun to raid into them. They're playing... not entirely or a game called Tormenture. That should be interesting. So let us get our raid ready.
Raid Shadow Legends.
And as we get the raid ready, chat, I, as always, hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and remember, Big Sis loves you.
Yay!